different programs. Yes. Functions with no functions. The 4 types of functions. First one is functions with no arguments. Functions no arguments and no return value. Functions with no arguments and a return value. Functions with arguments and a no return value. Last one is functions with arguments and return value. These are the 4 types of functions. We discussed one by one and also executed the programs. Right? Functions no arguments taken wide like functions with no arguments and a return value. Example, no argument return value. So arguments whenever you write the arguments, that's a wide, and the return type is integer type. Functions with arguments but no return value. Right. Example of the triangles. Example, type and 2 functions are taken. Triangle and area of the triangle. Execute this program also. Function with arguments and a return value. Right. Yeah. Sum of the digits program also completed. Students, sum of the digits. Execute the program. Right. Yes, sum of the digits. Function with arguments and return value. Sum of the digits. Return the sum. This is the program executed. Right. When you enter the number, scan a percentage ampersand n. Then immediately writing the function we are calling from the printf statement. Sum of the digits of number is percentile d. Right. Into sum, into n, single parameter passing. It's called function. Into sum equal 0, remainder. While n greater than 0, remainder equals to n percentile. We executed this program and I gave this program, same program, the internal one also. Right. Right. Next, there are some programs. Write a program to find the reverse of a number. Students, reverse of a number. Write a program to find the reverse of a number. See this. Take the function reverse. Name of the function declare type prototype here. Int reverse of int 1 int n int reverse function name is reverse int n passing one argument number printf entry a number scanf you are taking it. Right, reverse a number you are calling the function from the printf statement directly. Then the function definition here, how to find the reverse number is this one. Reverse is 0 initially, reverse equals to remainder, find the remainder equal to n percentile 10. Reverse equal to reverse into 10 plus reverse into 10 plus remainder. N equal to n, but every time remove the last digit. Okay, until the n becomes 0. Then return reverse. The name of the function is rev. Sorry, name of the function is reverse. Name of the function is reverse. Then what is the reverse number? Return this value reverse. Right. Same. Some more programs are there. You execute this. Write a program to check whether a given number is palindrome or not. Once you know reversing the number, compare both the numbers. Then if the both are equal, then number is a palindrome. Otherwise, else the number is not a palindrome. Right. Write a program to find whether the number is prime or not. Yeah, is prime. Is prime is a function declaration. This is prime. Name of the function is prime. Then if is prime number, printf number is a prime number. Condition is true, prime, otherwise else is. But what is the definition? Where is the definition outside the main function? Is prime the definition of function? Taking the flag, execute this one. Right? Write a program to find the GCD, greatest common divisor of two numbers. Students, all these are important programs. Practice. It may help you to write programs your own. Right? Write a program to find the GCD of two numbers. GCD, yeah, in declaration of function. Int GCD, int x, int y. Right? Inside the main function, there are two variables, and the p is to store the GCD of two numbers. Printf and how to find the GCD, you know that. Already we executed the program. Enter two numbers, scan a percentile, ampersand. If a less than b, printf a equal to percentile d, b equal to percentile ab. You are displaying that Now how to find GCD? GCD of AB, A comma B. This is the function we are calling from here. Printf GCD equal percentage P. Else, if A less than B, else printf A equal percent B equal percent B, P equal GCD of B comma A, because B is less than A. Then printf GCD. Right? What is the GCD? How to define the GCD function here outside the function? GCD int x into y int r equal to y percentile x. Divide and take the remainder. Again divide by that remainder. R equal to y percentile x remainder. If r equal to 0, then return x. R equal to 0, then x is the list. Repeat the process. Right? Else if r equal to 0, else every time how to find divide x by y. If you get remainder, again the remainder divide the x. Again if you get r1 remainder, divide r by r1. Just like repeat the process until r is not equal to 0, then y equal to swap the values every time. X equal to y, r equal to x, then r equal to y percentile x. Repeat this process. How to find the GCD? Writing it as a function. Write a program to find the factor of a number. Write a program to find the factorial of a number. Right? See how to find the factorial. We execute the program. The factorial name of the function is factorial. We are passing one argument n int n. Then calculate and display this factorial. Calculate in fact, return fact. Return the variable fact equal to factorial. You can see the program Fibonacci series, right? Using the functions. Yeah, this is the program to find the sum of two numbers using all 4 types of functions. 4 types of functions we discuss using this simple program. Find the sum of the two numbers. Yeah, function with no arguments, no return value. That is the first type. You one by one see this. Same one problem using the 4 types of functions. How to execute? No argument, no return value. See this. Just simply sum. That's it. No arguments are passing. That's why void, sum, void. Right? Sum, void, sum, void. Just function definition also. Int ABC, finding the sum of the variables AB and taking the AB value C equal. No return statement and no arguments are passing. Yeah, that's why this is first type of function. C equal to A plus B and display using the printf statement. Printf person value C. Argument and no return value. Right? Argument and no return value into AB sum. We are taking the argument. We are passing 2 variables, 2 arguments. Right? We are passing the 2 arguments, but no return type. That's a void. Whenever you declare AB, just whenever you declare, you pass the arguments, take the variables in the main function, enter 2 numbers, scanf, then sum of A comma. You are calling the function. Sum of A comma B. Void sum is 1 into C into D. Into you take 1 more variables, you calculate sum and printf E. That's it. Printf E. It's a function. This is with the arguments but no return value. Yeah, here argument and return value, third type or fourth. This is actual fourth type. As given with arguments with return value. Yeah, take this. See the example. All this into ABP. This is called the function sum of A comma B. We're passing arguments. That's why int sum into int. That's it. With arguments with return value. No argument and no return value. Sorry, return value. No argument and return value. This no argument. That's why sum. No, don't write. Otherwise, you write void. Sum. It's better to write void. Right? We are not passing any arguments, but return type is there. That's why it is a return statement. 4 types of functions executed using this problem is finding the sum of 2 numbers. Use the 4 types of functions. Important. Next, write a program check whether a integer is strong or not. Strong number. Strong number అంటే తెలుసు కదా మీకు. Sum of the factors of the digits of the number is equal to that number is called that's a strong number. 145 equals to 1 factor plus 4 factor plus 5 factor equal to again 145. That's 145 is a strong number. The sum of the factor of all the digits of a given number is the number itself. Then it is a strong number. Right? You can execute using the strong. The function name is strong. Passing the with arguments with return value. With return value with arguments. Printf enter name. Take this. How to calculate the strong number? Take the percentile. Outside the strong, this is the function. Please, all of you try to execute all this. We know all the programs we executed already in the second unit only. But using the functions, how can you write the function definition outside the main function? The power of a function, power of the number. Using the power function, POW actually. But without using power function, definition of this POW is, if you write POW, that's a user defined, that's a function keyword, C keyword, that's POW, function, mathematical math function, POW. That's why I have taken POWE. That is user defined function name. And write a program using function to check whether a number is Armstrong number or not. Armstrong number. Armstrong number. Is name of the function Armstrong. Armstrong number. Right? What is the definition of Armstrong? Armstrong number is sum of the cubes of the digits of the even number is itself. That number is called Armstrong number. 370, 371, right? 153 also. 153 also Armstrong number. 153 also Armstrong number. 370, 371, right? So this. Yeah, will come here now. Practice the programs. Yes. Next, parameter passing. Next concept is parameter passing. Passing, that's a call by value. Right? Parameter passing. Passing array, sorry. Passing arguments to function. That is also called parameter passing. Passing arguments to functions. Is also called parameter passing. Right? See, students, how to pass the arguments to functions. This mechanism is used to convey information to the function. Information to the function is the argument or parameters. When the values are passed to the function by actual arguments, we declare in the calling function, the value of the actual argument is copied in the formal argument. The value of the actual argument is copied in the formal argument. Then, therefore, the changes made to the formal argument have no effect on the actual argument. Getting? The changes made to the formal argument. The changes made to the formal argument in the called function have no effect on the actual arguments which are in calling function. This procedure of passing the value of the argument to a function is known as call by value. It is also called call by value. Call by value. This, especially the changes made to the formal arguments in the calling function, have no effect on the actual called function. Sorry, the changes made to the formal arguments in the called function have no effect. No effect on the actual arguments. If you change the values or contents any modification done in the called function or formal arguments, then it will not affect on the actual argument. This procedure of passing values of the argument to a function is known as call by value. See example. This is also call by value. All right. Calling function. All right. So I will show the difference. Hash include. Right. Void main. ABC sum. Right. You're calling the function. Float. The name of the function is addition. Name of the function is addition. So the arguments are passing. Float. 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 Yes, printf. Declaring this one. This function we are declaring here. Right? You can also declare here about the main function. Right? Printf. Enter 3 values or 3 numbers. Enter 3 numbers. Scanf. Right, see. The sum equals to, so take the sum variable, sum equal to the function name is the addition of ABC. Then print up the result. Result equals to %f. Then sum, that is result is stored in sum variable. This is a calling function completed. Now the called function next. What is called function? The function definition is called function. The definition of function, that is the function, which type of function? Float, addition, float x, float y, float y, float z, right? This is a function definition. Then take the one more variable, float, s to store the value, local variable, s equal to x plus y plus z. Then return s. We change the values of x and y, z. We are passing the returning the s value, that's sum of the values to the function. This is called calling function. This is calling function. Calling function. This is called function. Addition is called function here. This is ABC, float x, right? Whatever value stored in the x, y, z, you may modify. Then there are the formal arguments. But you are passing, you are getting the values to the call by value. That is the passing arguments. It's a one way mechanism. So call by value mechanism does not change the content of the arguments in the calling function. Cannot change the values. Does not change the content of the calling function, even if they are changing in the called function. If we change the values of x, y, z, it will not affect this. Right, students? That's why call by value mechanism does not change the content of the arguments in the calling function, even if they are changed in the called function. They are formal arguments. We change the values of formal argument, will not affect on the actual arguments. The formal parameters are stored in the local data area of the called function. Formal. These are the x, y, z are formal arguments. The formal parameters. Formal parameters are stored in the local data area of the call function. Local data area. Then, so the changes to the formal parameters within the function will affect only the local copy store, and will have no effect on the actual arguments A, B, C. You cannot change those. Right? Function accesses arguments by using the argument names in the function header. The function access arguments by using the argument names in the function header. The actual and formal arguments should map in number and type and order. See advantage, disadvantage of this call by value. What is the advantage? Advantages are that it allows a single valued argument to be written as an expression. Expression, if you write sum is expression. Suppose if you write some expression, it can be it allows a single valued argument to be written as an expression. Right? Right. And also in case where the argument is a variable, the value of this variable is protected from operations which take place within the function. In the function, yeah. But what are the disadvantages? Disadvantage is the information cannot be transferred back to the calling function. Information cannot be. That's why I told you, if you change any content of the formal arguments, it will not affect on the actual. This is one way, calling function to call function, but not call function to calling function. That's it, right? So information cannot be transferred back to the calling portion of the program via arguments, right? Right. This is the disadvantage. Yeah, we'll execute one program, right? How to display? We can execute this program also. Right, students? Next, passing. How to pass the arrays into? How to pass the arrays, one dimension array, two dimension into function. Passing array to a function. Passing to a function. Passing array to a function. How to pass? One dimension array. How to pass one dimension array to a function? How to pass one dimension array to a function? An entire array can be passed as an argument to a function. Entire array can be passed to as an argument. Simply how to pass an argument we discussed in the previous topic. But entire array can be as a single argument. That's it. Right? To pass an array as an argument to a function, the array name must be specified. Array name must be specified, right, as the actual argument within the function call. In the function call, write the name of the array as a single variable. Single. Don't write the subscripts, brackets, like that. Just whenever you write a function call. In the function call, write the array as a single variable. Just A of 100 you have taken array. But write the simply A. You write the whenever you are calling in the calling function, you write the array name just simply A. No need to write the brackets, right? Without brackets. Right? Same like the corresponding formal argument is written in the same manner. Though it must be declared as an array within the formal argument declaration. That I'll show the example program. I'll show the example program how to pass. In the prototype, an empty pair of square brackets must follow the name of the each array argument. Right? Right. I will give the example. It will get clear. How to pass the one-dimensional array. Passing one-dimensional array. One-dimensional array to a function. Passing one-dimensional array to a function. Int. Take an example program. After this, largest, name of the function largest, int, function prototype, you write like this. Function prototype, the int size of the array, write like this. This is. Then void main. Right? Now, How to declare the array? Int x of 100. I is for index, n is for size. Finding the element variable name is max. Find the maximum element. Declare all the variables. Now store the largest element, largest of a comma n. This is very important. This is write only the name of the array. Don't take the subscript or brackets whenever you write. This is called calling function. This is the calling function. Calling function, write the array name as single variable. Right, this is function call. Sorry, x. A x is this is x. You have taken x, not a. You have taken x. Array name is x. X comma n. Largest of x comma n is 4. Now printf function name. Printf largest equals to percentage max, right? Int the function definition into largest, right? Whenever writing the function definition, int a of square brackets and int n, right? That's it. Whatever in the function definition, that's it. This is the type. When a function definition, function declaration, it's a function prototype. In declaring the function, right? Write the name array and square brackets. In the function calling function, write the array name as entire function. That's why it is. An entire array can be passed as an argument to a function. We are passing entire array as a single argument. Enter. Right? Don't write the square brackets or whatever. But in other places, same array of square brackets. Right? Right? In the main function, the function largest has been called. See this. The main function, the function largest, right, has been called. This function call contains two actual arguments. What are two actual arguments? One is array, one dimensional array, and other one is the integer value. That is the size of the array. One dimensional array is taken as the one argument, actual argument, and the size of the array also one more. That is actually this is primary variable. N is the primary variable, X is the array. But we are passing the entire array as the actual argument, one of the actual arguments. Two actual arguments, one dimensional array, that's one dimensional integer array X and an integer variable N. The function definition contains two formal arguments, A and N. A and N. We take or M also can take A and N. Right? The formal argument declarations, right? Established as one dimensional array and N is the integer variable. The function product can be written without argument name. Function, right? The function prototype. See the function product int largest int of square bracket and n. Or instead of without n also you can write int. If simply you can write n. Right? Simply you can write n int also. Right, students? This is the how to pass the array, one dimensional array into function. Right? I'll give the one example how to write a program to input the values into an array and display them. We know that how to read the one dimensional arrays and how to display one dimensional array, taking the one for loop, but how to pass the array. Right? I'll show this in the example. Otherwise, see this. Program to input the values into array and display them. Program to input the values into an array and display the values. Display them. Right? See this. I'll explain on that. We're passing one dimension array into array function, one dimension array into function. Dash include dot h void name array, name of the array, print name of the array. I'm taking the print array int a int n. That's it. Void main. See this. I declare the array XR, AR, whatever 10 elements I'm taking. The size of the array, index for array I. Next, printf. Enter the number of elements. Number of elements. Tell me what is next. Scanf %LD ampersand of n. Next, enter the values into array. One more. Yeah. Enter the printf. Values of an array. Values of an array. Now, how to read the elements into array? One dimension array, students. For I equal 0, I less than n, I plus plus.
Scanf, sir.
Very good. Scanf %LD ampersand of ER5. That's it. They're ready. This is it. Right? Now write the function declaration. Print array. The name of the array is print array. Yeah, a comma n. Yes, this is very important. This is calling function. This is calling function. Calling function. The calling function call. Take the entire array as a single variable, single actual argument. That's why a, we are passing the a, right? A comma n. This is a is array, but you're writing a single variable, actual argument. Right? Now function definition. What is the function definition? Void print array. Yeah, int arguments, formal arguments. Array int n. Right? Int I. Printf. Yeah, how to display elements? The array elements are the array elements are yeah, tell me the two steps. One dimension array elements, how to display? For I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Printf %LD. Yeah, fine. Nothing is there. So everything is same. We are just array we are declaring here and defining here, just using the function printf array. Print array. Just passing the array as the entire array as the argument. Right? I will show this same program. Can I see this? We are reading the elements. Just printf enter the number of elements. Scanf enter. Printf enter the values into array. This is just after reading the elements. Print array as a function, calling function a comment. Then immediately control goes to the function definition. This is the function definition. Print array int a. But in the declaration and function definition, we need to write the function square brackets. In the function calling the function call. Just pass the entire array as the argument. Right? In type, just display, that's it. Display this. I'll show this. Yeah, see this? See the program, same whatever. Print array name, void, take 10 elements, enter the number of elements, scan it, print array elements, reading the function call. Print array a comma n. We are passing the entire array as a variable, single primary variable like this. Void print array, yes, displaying the array. Yeah, size is 6. I'm taking 6 elements, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 0. 6 elements. I'm bought. Just elements will be displayed. Array elements are the same. Everything is same. We displayed. We were reading the elements in the one-dimensional array, in the two-dimensional array, displaying the one-dimensional elements to them. Just everything is same, but you are how to pass the array one-dimensional array into a function. This is one-dimensional array. Just array name. Just you are calling. This is function. Calling function. We are passing. This is only one thing is entire array. We are passing as a single name argument, as an argument, without writing any subscripts or square brackets. As a single name. Understood, students? Okay. Are you there, students? How many of you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
40. Still 40. What happened? Why students are not coming afternoon classes? Any problem? Sleeping time? It's very difficult at home, sitting continuously in the, before the class, laptop or mobile. Right? But I should attend. Otherwise, we will lose. This is a new subject. Right? Understood this one? How to read the elements and how to pass the entire array into a function. This is one-dimensional pass. How to pass. Right? Next. Write a program using the function to find the addition of elements in an array. Addition of elements in the array using a function. How does this program will execute? Write a program using the function to find the addition of elements in the array. Write a program using function. Otherwise, write a program to find the addition elements in an array using functions. Using function. Put right. Declare the function int sum array. Function name is sum. How many arguments are passing? Int a of one array. Int size of the array. Pass. 2 arguments, one array and one argument, void main. You try to understand, students. Now, declare the variables int a of 10 elements, index for array, size of the array, s is to store the sum. The variable to store. Now, enter the elements. How to read the elements into the printf. Enter size or number of elements, size of the array. Size of the array. Then scanf. Entirely ampersand of n. That's it. Now, how to read the elements? Printf. Sorry. Enter the array elements. Enter the array elements. How to enter array elements? Using one for loop, single for loop, a equal 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Scanf, entirely ampersand of a of I. Right? Reading the elements into one dimensional array. Right? Next, function call. Store the function value, sum of. Tell me, any one of you, tell me what is next? Sum of. What should you write? Arguments. How can we write arguments? Students.
Sum of.
Argument Japan. How to pass the arguments in array into function? Array ela pass chestam. Sum of.
Normal only variable rayal.
That's why. Right. Simply a comma n. That's why I asked you. Yes. Whenever you are in that function. Right. Then printf. Sum of elements of array is sum of elements of array is percentile. Then what is the variable? Storing the value. This is function called. Now what is the definition? Function definition. Sum. Tell me what are the variables? How can we write? How to arguments? Formal arguments. How can we write? One array and int n or m, whatever you get. You want to take, you take this. Int n. Again, local variables int I. Sum equals to 0 initially. Next. Right? How to display the elements? In the for loop only, right?
For loop using printf, sir.
Yes, for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. In the for loop,
Printf, sir.
printf. You want to display, right? You want to get the sum value. Printf you can write sum. How to calculate sum? Printf also you can print the elements every time. But if you write in the printf, elements will be displayed every time. Control D plus T, elements to give the some space. And also A of I. And if you want to take the sum, it's equal to S plus A of I. Right. Return the value output. Yes. Return the value. Return is. Enter size. I'm taking the 6 elements. 2, 4, 6, 5, 3. 1. What is the sum? What is the sum? 2 plus
21.
21. Yes. Elements displayed elements. Right? Before this, if you want, right? Printf. But have taken the sum of the elements are arrays, that is okay. If you want to write one more statement here, printf array elements are you can display. Array elements are in the next line. You want to display this one. Size 6. Enter 6, size 6. Right? 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. 5, 3, 5, and 3, 6. What is the answer? 33. Yeah. 6 elements are display, array elements are, and sum of elements of array. Sum of elements of array is the 33. That's it. Got it? Students? Using the functions. Yeah, copy this one. Right? Just calling function or how to pass the array. This one dimensional array. Same like we can pass the 2 dimensional array also. Same like we can pass the 2 dimensional array. Yeah, write a program to reverse the elements of an array. Student, reverse of an element. Functions, using functions, we reverse the elements of array. Same like in the functions only, write a program to reverse the elements of an array. The program is there. I sent the notes. Write a program to reverse the elements of an array. Take the reverse, pass the one dimensional array as the argument. Then see the program, try to understand. Write a program using the function to search an element in an array by linear search technique. Linear search technique, how to use the functions in linear functions, how to write the linear search algorithm. L search is the function name, right? What's the time, students? Okay. Copy this program, linear search program, and reversing of an array elements using the function, how to pass the array into a one-dimensional array into function. Next, write a program to sort the elements in array using the function. How to sort the elements, which sorting techniques we use? Bubble sort, I think. EFI, EFJ. Compare them. Which type of function? Any sorting technique using the functions, how to sort the elements in the function, how to pass the array. Array elements, how can you sort? Right? You know how to sort the elements in array. But using the functions, how to sort? How to pass the one-dimensional array to sort the elements. అర్థమవుతున్న స్టూడెంట్స్ ఫంక్షన్స్ ఏంటో చెప్పాను. అరేస్ ఆల్రెడీ వి డిస్కస్డ్ లీనియర్ సెర్చ్, బైనరీ సెర్చ్, బబుల్ సార్ట్, సెలెక్షన్ సార్ట్. ఇఫ్ దే ఆస్క్ ద సార్టింగ్ టెక్నిక్స్ ఇన్ ద ఫంక్షన్స్, హౌ టు పాస్ ద వన్ డైమెన్షనల్ అరే టు సార్ట్ ఆర్ టు సెర్చ్ an element. Programs are there. Same, all the three linear search, binary search, bubble sort, selection sort programs, how to use the functions and how can you solve the problems. Right? Right. Then in the tomorrow's class, I will go to pass the
sum of two numbers అనేది 4 functions యూజ్ చేసి చెప్తా అన్నారు కదా సార్.
అవును, చెప్పలే, చూపించాను కదా నేను. జస్ట్ చూపించాను, ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసి చూపించాలా? ఆల్ ఉన్నాయి, ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఉన్నాయి నీకు. యా, దిస్ ఈజ్ లాస్ట్ వన్. ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ ఆన్ ఏ రిటర్న్ వాల్యూ. నథింగ్ ఈజ్ దేర్. జస్ట్ టు టేక్ ద two variables a and b. The function is int sum. It is without arguments, void. That's it. Simply write the function call here. Sum of a comma b. Just simply sum. That's it. And everything is in here. No return value. This is the fourth type. Arguments and a return value. Arguments, function with arguments and return value. This is example. In the notes, there is all the 4 types of programs. See this. See. All of you got the notes? Neeraj?
Yes, sir. ఆల్రెడీ గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్ క్రియేట్ చేశాను సార్, అందులో పెట్టాను సార్.
ఓకే పెట్టారా? ఓకే, వెరీ గుడ్. దీంట్లో పెట్టండి, మన గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్ లో. ఎవ్రీవన్ మీరు ఇండివిజువల్ ఫార్వర్డ్
యాక్సెస్ లేదు సార్, మీరే పెట్టగలుగుతారు సార్.
అవునా మా సుష్మా పెట్టిందిగా మరి ఐటీలో ఒక అమ్మాయి పెట్టింది. ఓకే, ఐ విల్ కీప్ అదర్వైజ్ ఐ విల్ కీప్ ఆల్ ద నోట్స్. నేను ఏంటంటే మీకు పంపిస్తున్నా కదా అని నేను చేస్తలేను. ఓన్లీ వీడియోస్ ఐఎమ్ షేరింగ్ ఎవ్రీడే, ఐఎమ్ అప్డేటింగ్ ద లింక్.
బట్ అందులో కూడా అందరు ఏం లేదు సార్, జస్ట్ 55 మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నారు సార్, మోర్ 5-6 మెంబర్స్ జాయిన్ కాలేదు సార్.
ఎందుకు మన ప్రాబ్లం?
పెట్టడం అది అన్అఫీషియల్ గ్రూప్ నేను పెట్టాను సార్, కానీ చాలా మంది లేరు కదా సార్, ఒక 4 to 5 మెంబర్స్ లేరు సార్ అందులో వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ లో.
ఇండివిజువల్ పంపి, నేను లేకుంటే గూగుల్ క్లాస్ లో షేర్ చేస్తాను ఆల్ ద నోట్స్ అండ్ లింక్స్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఐ విల్ షేర్ అసైన్మెంట్స్.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే, మార్క్స్ పంపించాను, మార్క్స్ కూడా అందులో చేస్తా, గూగుల్ క్లాస్ లో పెట్టేస్తాను మార్క్స్ కూడా. ఓకే, కొంచెం టైం తీసుకుంటా, వీకెండ్ వరకు పెట్టేస్తాను, కొంచెం చేయాలి. ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఐ విల్ షేర్ ఇన్ ద గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్. ఇట్స్ బెటర్, దట్స్ ప్రూఫ్ ఆల్సో ఉంటుంది. నేను పంపించిందని నాకు లాస్ట్లో ఎవరైనా ఫోన్ చేసేసి నాకు నోట్స్ రాలేదు సార్ అంటే ఇట్స్ వాళ్ళు అనుకుంటారు అరెక్టే. గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్ దట్ ఇస్ ప్రూఫ్. ఓకే స్టూడెంట్స్, సీ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్స్. మీకు హౌ టు యూజ్ ద ఫంక్షన్స్, we already solved the problems using the arrays. But arrays, how to pass the arrays into functions? One dimension array. Next, how to pass the two dimension arrays into functions. See this linear search, binary search, bubble sort, selections. You write your own bubble sort, selection sort programs. How can you use the functions? How to pass one dimension array into the functions? The problem of bubble sort, selection sort, how to solve? Because program ఉంది bubble sort, selection sort, ఆ రెండింటిని మీరు ఓన్ గా రాయండి ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఎవరన్నా పంపించండి, కరెక్ట్ అయితే నేను వాళ్ళకి మంచి ప్రైజ్ ఇస్తాను. నాకు ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయండి, అది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసి. బబుల్ సార్ట్, సెలెక్షన్ సార్ట్, లీనియర్ సార్ట్, బైనరీ సెర్చ్, ఈ 4 ప్రోగ్రామ్. లీనియర్ సెర్చ్ ఆల్రెడీ ఉన్నది నేను ఇచ్చిన దాంట్లో. ఈ 4 వీటిని కూడా ఫంక్షన్స్ లో రాస్తాం. హౌ టు పాస్ ద వన్ డైమెన్షన్ అరే ఇంటూ ఫంక్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ 4 ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. రైట్, ట్రై యువర్ ఓన్, యూ థింక్ దట్స్ ఇట్. అర్థమవుతుందా స్టూడెంట్స్? నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్, పాసింగ్ ఆఫ్ 2 dimension array to a function. 2 dimension array to a function. In the tomorrow's class I will explain. Right, I need to complete tomorrow if it is possible. Right, tomorrow I will complete the functions. Then I'll start the 4th unit on Friday. That is 4th unit recursion, and the pointers are there in the functions. Sorry, what is the syllabus in the 4th unit? Recursion and structures. Sorry, recursion and structures. I will go very fast. Otherwise, it's very difficult to complete syllabus. Otherwise, I will take Saturday and Sundays extra classes. Yes, నేను ఎక్కువ చెప్తున్నాను ప్రోగ్రామ్. That's why I'm taking, it takes more time. Okay, no problem. I will take extra classes. Don't get worried. I will take the attendance. Early enter the attendance in the chat box. Right, students?